Greetings everybody and welcome to your sewing tip. Today we're going to be doing blind hemming, and I know some of you are just kind of wigging out, but it's a very easy thing to do once you figure out how to fold the fabric. Doesn't matter what brand of sewing machine you have, even the very most basic sewing machines have the blind hem stitch. And blind hemming is exactly what it's meant to do. When you open up your fabric after you've hemmed, you don't see any stitching. Now I'm showing you stitching here because that's what you really see are these heavy picks of fabric. Now we're going to make them disappear by making a few simple adjustments, but this is okay in home dec world. You see a lot of this kind of pick. I've even blind hem a zipper in the back, so it looked like a hand pick zipper. So you can do more than just hemming with this particular stitch, and let me show you exactly what the stitch looks like. Most blind hems, some machines have both one for woven and for knit. So this one comes straight down, come across, straight down, come across, just like that. It's just very much a blind hem for woven fabric. Now for stretch fabric, they build an extra zigzag into it. So when the stitch comes down, it comes across and it does zig, 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 does the pick. And any time you see movement in the stitch other than straight through here, then you know it's for stretch fabrics like t-shirts, knits, even fleece has a little bit of stretch to it. So let me show you how the different feet work, and then I'm going to do a couple blind hems on some different fabrics so you can see what I'm talking about. Blind hem foot, and it has this little rudder right down the middle, and it's an actual guide to keep your fabric, your fold of your fabric perfect in place while the needle swings over and grabs just enough fabric. This is a brother blind hem foot. Now this guy is adjustable, which is kind of nice. It has a little bit of a movable guide. So if your fold happens to be a little thicker, you can work a lot of different fabrics with this one. This guy is a Viking blind hem foot, and it has a raised section on the left hand side. That's because there's more bulk on the left of a blind hem than the right side of a blind hem. They each look differently, but they all accomplish the same thing. So I'm going to snap up on the foot, and let's go ahead and show you exactly what we're going to do. Now there's different types of fabrics. Some are more appropriate than others. Some sewing machines have a sewing advisor, and they tell you not to do anything on a lightweight fabric, whether it's a single layer of cotton or let's say like a lining fabric. You're just going to see the picks. That's personal choice or not. The more spongy your fabric is, the more it's going to absorb that thread, and you're never going to see it. Like men's worsted wool pants, they blind hem beautifully. Denim blinds hem very nicely. Sweatshirt fleece, any kind of fleece works really well. And again, home dec fabric, this is kind of thin. You can see that. Now if I match the thread, of course, you wouldn't see it. So that's a personal choice. And then there's t-shirt interlock, and you see a little bit of it. You have to handle t-shirt fabric a little differently. But no matter what fabric you're using, the first thing you need to do is to overcast your edges. Go ahead and do a clean seam finish on the hem, whether it's through a serger or seam tape. Just make sure it's zigzag so it's nice and pretty. Now I'm going to get all these guys out of the way. I'm going to use this wool because it's a nice contrast. The hardest thing for people is learning how to fold the fabric. This is the wrong side of our pants. I'm going to fold up however deep I need my hem to be. Now if you're trying to fold up a tapered leg, it's not going to fit all the way around. You're going to have to loosen the seam allowance. You want this to be nice and square on the edges. So you're going to fold it up. You can take it to the iron and press it if you'd like. Now this is where kind of everybody gets choked up. I'm going to take the wrong side of the fabric and I'm going to roll it back on itself to the right side of the fabric. So you get that nice little S shape. And all I want to see is your overcasting or your raw edge, maybe no more than 1/4 of an inch. We're going to slide it under the foot with the guide right along the fold. Now that's all there is to it. Now what's going to happen is the needle is going to swing over and hit the folded piece. But all we want to do is make sure that it's just barely catching it. Now I put hot pink thread in here so you guys can see what's going on. You can hear it kind of clunking through there, getting that extra weight. But you can see how nice the rudder is I don't have to worry about it going out of kilter. Let's speed up a little bit. And this is what we have. You don't see much of anything. A little bit of straight stitch, and then that pick coming over. Now this is where the magic is. When I look to the right side of my hem, there's absolutely nothing. A little bit of steam and that line goes away, and that's why we call it blind, is because you can't see it. So grab some fabrics out of your test bin, things, and give it a try. It's very simple and very easy. The knit works the exact same way, except we're going to choose that stretch blind hem, the one that has a little bit of zigzag in it. So open up your manual. Believe it or not, there's one that came with your sewing machine, and go to blind hemming, and it's going to explain you exactly how to set it up. But now you know how to fold it. All you have to do now is do it. Thank you for watching my free sewing tip, and I hope you enjoy learning more about your sewing machine, no matter what brand you have. And remember, the more you know, the more you sew.